It's time for Bloom's I Love Food Tours. And today I'm taking you to a restaurant that was built in an area famous for selling used cars and auto repairs. But now, more than a decade later, people are heading into Seminole Heights for the amazing food and crafted cocktails at Rooster The Till. I am so excited to be kicking off Bloom's new I Love Food Tours at one of my favorite restaurants in the Tampa Bay area, Rooster The Till. I'm with Chef Luke Han and mixologist Madeline Longacre. Thanks you guys for inviting me out.
Absolutely, thank you for having us.
So this place is so cool. It'll be celebrating its 11th year in the coming weeks. And it's kind of a cool concept because back in the day, Nebraska is where you would come to buy a used car.
Yep.
But the owners had a vision. They came here, they opened up this concept restaurant, and people flocked here, pun intended.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Chef, but I think this, when they first opened up, it was only half of this, the size of this restaurant. And they had like an induction burner, and that was about it. They didn't really have anything else, and they've really evolved since then and have a almost cultish following. It's a huge part of Tampa. They're really the OG and progressive, innovative food for the area, and we're still going strong.
Yeah, I'm glad you said OG because back 11 years ago, there were not a lot of restaurants in the Tampa area. Now we're known as a foodie destination, and you yourself, Chef Luke, you had your eye on Rooster until you really wanted to work here. You were in the Orlando area working for establishments like the Ritz-Carlton,
Yep.
And you were a seasoned chef, but man, you wanted to come back home and be here.
I haven't lived here since I was about 5, and it was about 6 minutes away, my grandma's house on Lake Egypt. But I've been coming here eating for the better part of 6 years. I've known Chef Farrell through social media and things like that, but about 3 years ago, I was like, I need to get home, I need to get to Tampa, I need to be part of that community. So this was a homecoming, and it's the best possible scenario and situation and location and all of that for me, and I couldn't be happier.
And Madeline, talk to me a little bit. I know you grew up here in the Tampa Bay area. What is it like being at such an iconic restaurant?
Well, I have been in the service industry since I was legally able to in Tampa, and this is just the restaurant that I've kind of always idealized. It was my favorite place to come to before I worked here. I knew they were always going to do something really elevated and fabulous, and it's like, I think a lot of the team has that, start to wanting to get in here, and then coming here you're like, hey, we can do this too, and just elevate it.
So talk to me about some of the drinks you mix up.
So we take a lot of inspiration from what the chefs do in the back of house. For one, we add salt to most of our cocktails, the same way you're going to season your food. And then beyond that, we're taking a lot of really fresh ingredients. Any of the waste that the kitchen can't utilize, I love to, as a bartender, take that off their hands and mix it into a fun cordial.
Like a basil or some kind of...
Exactly, they had extra pear trimmings that we're infusing into a vermouth right now.
I love that. And Chef, what about the food? I mean, I've dined here many times. It's amazing.
Very Florida-centric, local Florida seafood, local Florida vegetables and produce. Things taste the best that grow in the area that you're around. That's why they grow them there, because they grow the best there, and they're always going to taste the freshest.
So it's like a farm-to-table type concept.
Farm-to-table is as much utilization as we can do, very sustainable. And yeah, just we like to change things up often too to keep people interested, and we just keep rolling that direction. So.
Well, we really appreciate you letting us launch our Bloom's I Love Food Tours right here at Rooster The Till. Thanks, guys.
It's our pleasure.
You can find out more about Bloom's new I Love Food Tours and Rooster The Till on bloomtampabay.com.